Hello everyone. I just tried to record this and the audio didn't record. So here we go again. So today I found out that Devil Battlegrounds was completely annihilated off of the Roblox platform, which is kind of crazy because they removed it for violent content and gore. And I don't know if this is like an age rating thing or what, because there's like games on Roblox where you can like cut people's heads off and do like way worse stuff than in Devil Battlegrounds. But yeah. Anyway, I guess they felt their need to just remove the game, which is stupid. But that's also led me to talk about some of the other things and the future of Devil Battlegrounds. So, as most of you know, this game has been on a decline um, probably since I uploaded my last video, and I'll just be blunt. It's for a few reasons. One big one is the remaster that I'm working on now. I just don't find the game that fun. I put a lot of effort into it. I thought it would be a unique concept with all the pairing and all that. I'm not having fun with it. I'm not having fun with the game. I'm not having fun with developing it, and it just feels like I've been overworking myself for absolutely nothing. Um, and I'm sorry, like I didn't really like warn anyone that this would be like a whole like explanation to just like why I don't really want to work on this game anymore. But that's basically what this video is going to be. And an apology because I have a lot of people to apologize to. Um, so yeah. Also, the decline of battlegrounds games has been something pretty prevalent, I think, and it's kind of one of those sunk cost fallacy situations where it's like, at what point do you just give up? Because I make games because, well, for two reasons. One, because I want people, I like to see people having fun um, with things that I create, and I feel like happy when other people are enjoying my games. And two, obviously, money. Everyone wants money. I want money. So that's another reason that I created the game. Um, but I think that was also the game's biggest downfall because when I originally went into making Devil Battlegrounds, I kind of did it with no plan, and that caused me to waste so much time just trying to figure things out as I went, which I never should have done because, to be honest, I bit off way more than I could actually chew because when I first got into this, when like back when I was playing Sorcerer's Battlegrounds, and I was like, oh, I want to make a Battlegrounds game. I didn't consider the actual amount of effort that it would be like required to make such a game, and it's a lot because it's not just about coding; it's about animations, sound design, particles, like a bunch of stuff that I didn't know how to do. So, that's where I went into making these YouTube videos and asking for your guys' help. And, you know, as much as like making YouTube videos about a game is fun, it also becomes very like stressful because you have to manage making the game and making YouTube videos. And it becomes this thing that becomes really hard to balance, and it gets exhausting, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, and then, and then, there's the contributors. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people that helped on the game. There were a lot of people, and it feels like now their work is being put towards nothing, and that makes me feel really bad. And I'm sure it feels bad for the people who wanted to see this game succeed. Um, and like, you know, just their work isn't being used. But on a more positive note, I hope that for those of you who worked on this game, that you use this game as a base to uh, improve your portfolios and like get into bigger and better projects, because that's, I mean, that's any developer's dream. And if you did that, like I know like Bacnero did, um, then like, dude, props to you, like, honestly. Um, and again, I'm sorry, because now people, fans of the game and the people who actually worked on it, have to just see their appreciation and work go to nothing because I made a mistake and I bit off more than I can chew. And I blame myself for that like almost every day. And I I mean, it's not a very healthy thing. It's a really like unhealthy cycle. Um because I mean, you have to really put it into perspective of where I'm at. You, the viewer, probably see like, oh, so he said he was gonna make this game. He didn't. He's a liar, and he can't live up to his promises, and that's true. Uh, because what I did was lying, and I didn't I didn't do as promised, and I messed up on that front, and I can apologize all I want. That's really not going to fix anything. But at the same time, if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Because to be honest, I didn't really even expect the success. The success is a stretch. I mean, people. Yeah, no, we'll call it success. The success that I did get from this game. Basically, I didn't know what to do with like the thousands of people who were watching my videos and like actually supporting my game, because again, I went into this with like no plan, and that was a huge mistake, which wasn't really apparent. Well, maybe it was apparent to some of you, but it wasn't really apparent to many people who just wanted to see updates on the game, which is what I promised and which is what I was doing. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, the, it's really an obvious question that there is nothing I can do. If I work on the game, which I mean, I guess I could, but I don't feel motivated. I just don't want to work on the game. I don't like the game anymore. And maybe there's people that do like the game, but like, if you don't feel inspired or you don't feel motivation to create something, then it's just not going to be a good product. And I don't want to give people a bad product. I don't want people to have a bad experience with um with my games, because that's not really good for anyone. Um and as it was, Devil Battlegrounds was already a really buggy game, because when I was uh 16 or 17, I overestimated my skill. I thought I was better than I was. And I got completely humbled, because all the time I was like thinking, boom, the game's perfect. Um like no one's going to find any problems with this, and then problems occur like everywhere, and it makes me have to rethink a lot of code. And it's like, damn, making a fighting game is actually a lot harder than it looks. And especially when I've never created a fighting game, because I was completely new to that. And you know a little bit of forethought would have probably went a long way, but nonetheless, here I am. So what is the future for Devil Battlegrounds? Well, I'm not exactly sure yet. um I know that I don't want to work on the game, and it's already made me step away from Roblox Studio for long enough. And that's not the only reason. It's also because I just recently graduated high school and I'm moving on to college, which is, a huge part of my life. And it's going to take a lot of time away from me. Um, but through feeling demotivated on that game, it's just also felt it's given me motivation to like start new projects and move on because I'm not gonna just sit and grieve in my own mistakes forever. I've already thought of like new games that I want to work on that maybe are less hard to code because clearly I've overestimated myself. So an example is like this one game that I'm still like in the process of planning because planning is important. Um, like a kind of like a murder mystery kind of game, like kind of like Flee the Facility. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but um, it's like you got a shapeshifter, and it's I don't know how to describe it because I haven't fully planned it, but it's kind of like Among Us with the shapeshifter thing. Um, anyway, just it's just an idea I had, and I know it's kind of a weird thought to throw into a video where I'm supposed to be um, thinking about more about the you know progress that you guys have wanted to see for the last 4 months. But you know, I mean, if you have it in you to like forgive me for you know making a stupid mistake when I was younger, like when I was still a kid, then in that regard, then we could just move on. But I know probably for a lot of you, you're not gonna like me very much, and maybe this video will get a lot of hate. Maybe it won't. I mean, I don't know, but take this. I want, if anything, I want all of you to take this um, as a warning. Not a warning. That sounds really like intimidating. More like a precaution. Like actually, like think about and plan for the future because you're gonna run yourself into a bit of a crappy situation like me. Well, probably not as bad as this, but like still, it's always important to put forethought into things, and that was something I clearly underestimated and didn't think about. But you know, everyone makes mistakes. We gotta learn and grow from them. It's easy for me to say that when a lot of you like really cared about this game. Even people on my Patreon supported it. Sorry to those people too. But if I make any progress on another project, then I'd be happy to post about it and start something new. Obviously, gonna stop with the contributor thing because that's too much of a liability for me and too much like guilt if you don't actually act on your promise like what I did and lie to thousands of people. Sounds really bad when you say it, but again, I wasn't doing this on purpose. I was doing this because I was a stupid kid who thought that I could be something that I wasn't, and uh, I mean, I'm gonna probably have to pay the price for that. But you know, what can you do? But anyways, I'm sorry to all of you, or to all of those who I've disappointed. I'm sorry that like you guys are waiting for a game that's like probably never gonna come. Um, but at the same time, I'm really glad that I got to meet a lot of people. For all the like game nights and stuff, I'm really like if you community members know like Darwin, who is just you know he's this guy who joined randomly, and I just like started calling him Darwin because he had a squeaky voice. Anyways, like I'm really glad that I met you people, and you guys are awesome. Like everyone who supported this game, uh, I'll never be able to state it enough. You all are awesome. Like seriously, I'm sorry that it was my fault for um putting everyone to like a kind of a situation like that, but um this is just gonna I mean this is me owning up to it. I'm sorry for staying silent for so long. I shouldn't have, but at the same time it's like I really didn't know what else to do. I definitely didn't write a plan for an apology like this, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And uh, yeah, so thank you Roblox for randomly banning my game, because at least they got me to actually say something, and not just run away into the shadows and never say anything again. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'm sorry.